Good morning, Kirsten. Thanks for coming. So my topic today is Buddha nature again. Yesterday I didn't finish it because it's a huge concept. It's not only a concept in Buddhism but also a realization. It's like a core. It's like a hub connecting to different parts of the Buddha's teaching, like the Heart Sutra, like the heart. Heart is connecting to our different organs, right? So it's spends a lot of time to talk about this. Before we talk about that or our Buddha nature, let's sit quietly for 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, that's 2 minutes. Buddha nature, very beautiful topic. So you know how many Buddhists in the world now? I guess more than 100 million, more than. So every Buddhist wants to become Buddha, no matter from what lineage, no matter you're Japanese, Chinese, Korean, or American. They all want to become Buddha. That's the final goal. People, the Buddhists may spend years of meditation, reading the sutra, following a master, doing the rites or rituals to become a Buddha. Okay? That's the final goal or final destination. Actually, I've talked about three. If I simplify all the Buddha's teaching into three characters: morality, concentration, wisdom, right? So, how to recognize our Buddha nature is the second and third part. So, morality, you're a good person. Most people are. Concentration and wisdom. Most people don't. They miss these two parts. How to find your Buddha nature? By concentration and by wisdoms. The Buddha nature contains all these two parts. Buddha nature naturally have these two characteristics: concentration or stillness of the mind and the wisdoms. 5 wisdoms, right? I won't go through all the 5 wisdoms again. You just YouTube my previous videos. 5 wisdoms. The Buddha nature itself naturally, originally contains this concentration. Sometimes we call meditation, mindfulness, samatha or shamatha. Anyway, it's the calming down the mind by concentration, by mindfulness, by open monitoring, by whatever technique you are doing, or no technique at all. You just find inner stillness and inner peace of your heart, of your mind. The second part, morality, concentration, and wisdom. And from there you can rise wisdoms. So Buddha nature have these two parts already. So once you recognize your inner peace and calm, basically we are knocking the door of our Buddha nature, or we can say we are locking the door of our enlightenment. Now, here, it's not very far, my dear friends. It's so close, actually. When we say Buddha, most time, there's a statue there, there's the image, there's this beautiful, serene human being sitting cross legs. That's historical Buddha. Yes, Shakyamuni Buddha, definitely a Buddha, but he's just a historical figure. The Buddha nature I'm talking about here is not only pointing to the Shakyamuni Buddha or all the historical Buddhas or all the Buddhas alive now, but more importantly, pointing to your nature, my nature, his nature, her nature, its nature. A dog has a Buddha nature too. A cat has a Buddha nature too. Everything contains Buddha nature. Anyway, maybe it's kind of off topic. There's a debate between is a station being has a Buddha nature too or no? Because only the Buddha nature only applies to a station being. A non-station being does not have Buddha nature. There's a debate. But anyway, we don't go that far, and at least recognize our Buddha nature, and you will understand the essence, the attributes of Buddha nature more and more by your understanding instead of just Google. Now, Miss Chen has a question right now. The koan I'm working on is what is always there and has always been there? Good question. It's like in deep sleep, is something there or no? In deep sleep, the sense of I disappears, right? Is there something there or no? Has something been there already before and after you fall asleep? Deep sleep without dreams? It's the same question, I think. So Buddhists, anyway, from my study and the personal realization is that the infinite potential back to its source, unmanifested, yet is not dead, is not nothing, or is not something either. Once you wake up, the infinity, the field infinity turn on. Actually, it's or turn on in terms of it manifest in as awareness, and after awareness appears, then there's the whole world, all the material world. There's the body and mind. Again, once we fall asleep, the awareness back to its source, and there's no contents of awareness anymore. It seems that you don't exist. Seems. Yet you, the awareness, back to its source, there's no contents of awareness, so it seems that you don't exist anymore. So here we cannot say you do not exist or there's something exists. So the Nagarjuna's age negation is how to say makes sense now. There's no birth, there's no death, there's no going, there's no coming. The field of infinity becomes unmanifested again. Yet you're not dead, you're not born either. So in this context, we are, how to say, if you identify with that in the field of a manifestation, the field of infinity, then you're totally okay now. Now I'm talking, you're listening. Because of this field of manifestation become manifested, become a body and mind. So in this field, in this context, the field of manifestation or field infinity is synonymous with Buddha Dhatu, the Tathāgatagarbha, a field of infinity. So anyway, it's my personal understanding and then the sum of realization. There's in Zen or in Chan, there's a story that even in deep sleep, masters are aware. Anyway, I'm not very, just give it's an open question, right? But my dear friend, starting from this moment, if that moment is true, it must be true at this moment too. So starting from our wakeful state, when you aware, that's the starting point. Now, are you still? Can you perceive every reflections in your awareness? Can you equally perceive every reflection in your awareness like a mirror? Can you be really pure observing? I say again that the power of pure observation is established or not. That's the first step. You're not resisting, you're not attaching, you're not labeling. Every contents from your six senses. The wisdom of great mirror or great mirror-like wisdom. Then wisdom of equality. Your light of consciousness can shine impartially, equally to everything you see, hear, taste, smell, touch, and think. Also, once you can stabilize in this stillness, your power of discernment, reasoning, logic, calculating, analyzing, mental power will become sharpened. The third wisdom, the wisdom of discernment. Then the fourth, the wisdom of all accomplishing. Now you can use your body mind to serve, to love, instead of be burdened, especially by the mind. For most world people, mind becomes a burden for us, for them. But with the wisdom of all accomplishing, body-mind becomes your tool to serve, to love, to care, to awaken others. You mean to observe without returning to the self? Okay, that's a very good question. So the power of pure observation, meaning two parts. You can observe every contents of awareness. Like now you're watching me, you're listening to me. You can feel the room. You can observe your room. Also, you feel your body sensation. Also, you have understanding when I'm talking, right? It's all happening at the same moment. That's the contents of the awareness. But at the same time, you are aware that you are aware. So the contents of awareness and the awareness itself. It's two parts. You have this power of observation on the contents of the awareness and the awareness itself. That's what I mean. It's like the mirror knows all the reflections and itself. Mirror have this function of self-aware. It can reflect all the reflections, not only reflect all the reflections outside, let's say outside, but also and turn on himself, on itself. Oh, I am aware that I am aware. That's called self-awareness. The normal understanding of self-awareness is aware of the contents of the awareness. No, I'm talking about awareness is aware of itself. That's called self. That's a true self-awareness. The worldly understanding of self-awareness means you are aware that your body, your emotions, your activities, your intentions, your attentions, right? Your mental activities too, your thoughts, your memories. No, that's all the contents of the awareness. That's not the awareness itself. Rigpa, actually in Dzogchen, that pure awareness that is beyond any contents. It is self. Itself is how to say originating. It depends on nothing at all. It depends on no contents of awareness to be aware. I think, therefore I am. It's a wrong statement. I am, therefore I think. So this pure awareness is independent on nothing. Independent on nothing. Yes. It's self-sufficient to be, let's say, existing. That's our Buddha nature. So actually, once you find your pure awareness, then you recognize someone else has a pure awareness too, and the dog has a pure awareness too. So in this understanding, we are identical. Yet the contents of everyone, another person or dog, the contents of the awareness is so different from you. You have that power of discernment. You know the contents of him or her and the dog are different from you. That's another understanding of discernment too. Yet under all these differences, you know it's equal. So the wisdom of equality. So you see, once you touch this side, you have so many detailed understanding. So if no further questions, I will continue on this Wikipedia link, Buddha nature. Thus we can have something to read and explain and share the Q&A maybe. Yesterday I finished the first 4 paragraphs, just introduction of the Buddha nature. It's a huge article. I love this because it almost grabs different schools, lineages, and terminology into this Buddha nature and its relation. It's like you're not only studying a point, you're studying a web which is connecting to this point. That's the beauty of Buddha's teaching. Every Buddha's teaching is interrelated. So I will starting from the etymology. Tathāgatagarbha, you see, 如来藏, womb of a Tathāgata, containing a Tathāgata. So Tathāgata is another name of Buddha, 如来. Thus coming, thus going. Thus come, thus go. It's talking about us. Years ago, I'm studying, thus come, thus go. What does that mean? It means us. It means me, you. The doctor means the one that's gone. Anyway, we kept reading. I will pick up the essence here. And Garbha means womb, embryo, center, essence. So if you go to the Asian translations, I think it's the under etymology, like Asian translations. Then the second paragraph is the Tibetan scholar outlines 4 meanings of the term Tathāgatagarbha as used by Indian Buddhist scholar. 1, as an emptiness, that is non-implicative negation. Non-implicative. Let's click on that. Okay, then let's show this. So basically, it's talking about the Tathāgatagarbha is not depending on other things or other phenomena. All relative phenomena are empty of inherent existence. Yet ultimate reality is not empty of its own inherent existence. That's hopefully you understand what it's saying here. So beyond this body mind, there's a field that is independent, is not depending on anything, self-sufficient, supplying. The field of infinity is right here now, behind this body mind, behind the world you are seeing. So once you recognize or identify you are not this body mind, you are the Tathāgatagarbha, or the field of infinity. Then you're so, you feel safe. You transcend birth and death, as I talked about yesterday. It's just like everyone likes to fall asleep, right? Because they know the second day they will wake up again. So in this wakeful and asleep is same thing, body mind and field infinity. Body mind is a manifestation of the unmanifested. Yet once you fall asleep, you're not dead. You just go back to the field of infinity or unmanifested. And sometimes we say you're not dead because you are not aware, because there's no contents of awareness anymore. The mirror is still there, but there's nothing to reflect. That's why you have nothing to. You seemingly you are gone. It's interesting, right? So you transcend the birth and death, which is this side only. Birth and death, suffering, samsara is this side, and this side is the field infinity, the field unmanifested, or nirvana, you can call this. So this still a duality. It's a very subtle duality, or let's say highest relative reality. But Buddha will say, okay, this one is one thing too. Nirvana is here now. You understand this? I'm talking really very deep concept of realization now. Nirvana is not you fall asleep. Nirvana is not you become dead. Nirvana is here now, because now the unmanifested, unmanifested are one. It's crazy, right? Now you have a taste of non-duality at highest level. Make sense to you? The God is within me right now. The God is working on me for me to let me to talk, think, be aware. Or let's say the cosmic intelligence, the infinite possibilities is right here now through this finite body and mind. So that's the Buddha nature. That's our Buddha nature. There's no birth and death. There's no samsara or wisdom. Wisdom is the antidote of the ignorance. Once you know there's no ignorance at all, so wisdom disappears too. That you have the medication of wisdom, only you become sick of ignorance. Okay. The duality of ignorance and wisdom only applies to somebody who is not awakened yet. For a master, there's no wisdom, there's no ignorance. We are the primordial, pristine, pure awareness already. That's our original face. That's the Zen talking about. Okay, I still only feel this. You see, this Buddha nature contains huge information. Let's go back to the Asian translations underneath the etymology. So that's the first, right? We're talking about four meanings of the term. Maybe I can just paste it here, copy and paste here. So we talk about the first as an emptiness that is non-implicative negation. That means our Buddha nature is independent, is permanent, is beyond space and time, is beyond birth and death, coming or going, increasing or decreasing, is beyond changing. You see, the never changing, perfect, complete Tathāgatagarbha or Buddha nature is right here and now. It makes you feel the body. It makes me talking. It makes everything in the phenomena world, including animals, alive. We are living in the same field of Buddha nature, or field of infinity, manifested in different forms, names. All things arise from there. You arise from there. You, a relative you, your body mind. Someday, this you will disappear. This body mind will disappear in deep sleep, and after we leaving our body and mind, we call death. Yet there's no death. Okay? Remember, in the Sutra of Perfect Enlightenment, a dialogue between Buddha and Manjusri Bodhisattva. Manjusri Bodhisattva is the representative of wisdom, highest wisdom. So Buddha said, there's no body-mind to undergo birth and death. Okay, this one is so beautiful. I'll repeat, there's no body-mind to undergo birth and death. So beautiful. Because the birth and death, the body and mind is our illusion. There's only suchness. There's only this pure consciousness. Okay, if I use affirmation, there's only God. Everything else arising from this pure consciousness. That's the beauty of suchness. You realize you're so free. You're understanding, oh man, every ripple arises from same identical ocean of me, of I. This I is not individual. This I is cosmic I. It's a Brahman. You see that? I am. You see? That statement is so beautiful. I am, including I am this, I'm that, I am those, I'm this body mind, I am these five senses plus the sixth mind. I am. Okay, let's go on to second. Okay, the luminous nature of the mind. I love this. In Chinese, we say 明, 光明, light, luminosity. So this, let's use diamond now. Diamond sutra, diamond. Talking about you and me, okay? It's not the diamond in the Fifth Street of New York. I went there. I buy a marriage diamond, a ring for my wife. I mean, anyway, it's a long time ago. So I had some experience there. There's a lot of shops, how to say, stores to sell diamonds there, and we went to different to bargain to pick to select. Wow, it's so in diamond only. There's so many, knowledge, the purity, the refinement, the size, the color. Wow, yeah, it's quite a knowledge there. Anyway, I'm talking about you are diamond right now. This diamond can not only reflect things but also self-reflecting. It's become luminous of itself. It's like a pulsing light. There's a constantly like a star. Okay, that's called luminous of mind. It not only self-illuminating but also illuminating the contents of the awareness. You understand? That's called luminous nature of the mind. You're so clear. You know, the clearer a diamond is, the more expensive it is too. That's I learned from Fifth Avenue of New York when I bought a diamond. The clearer your awareness is, the more valuable your mind is. The clarity makes sense. Clarity plays a role. Also, this luminous mind is pointing to the power of discernment. You know there's changement in your mind. You know there's different shape and size in your mind. You know spontaneously there's something going on here, outside and inside. Everything is perfectly, impartially, equally reflected. That's why some master even understand your inner mental activity. It's mind-blowing because he or she is so still, so clear. Okay. A master can know a disciple's mental activity, even. I'm not there yet. Yeah. Anyway, we had experience, right? You notice someone is different today, or he's happier or sadder. He's happy or sad in his body language, his facial expression. You feel it even without even you feel that biofield is different of your colleague, of your friend. You did have that experience, right? Oh, he's different. He's so happy today, or he's so anxious today. Anyway, because you have that clear moment of mind. Okay, that's the second part, the luminous nature of mind. I want to talk about this because in Vajrayana, in the lineage, the Pema Rinpa, I was initiated. They talk about this very much the luminosity of the mind. While in Zen, in Chan, we don't focus too much on this luminosity of mind. We talk about more on the serenity of the mind. Anyway, it's my understanding. But that's why I cherish this lineage. They talk about use the luminosity of mind, visualization of your master on your top, behind, in front of you, behind you, beside you. Okay, that's like this picture. I want to talk about the Vajrayana a little bit here. So you may see this picture a lot. So this is your master. You imagine your master is on top or in front or in your heart. So this is the master. Then you visualize all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas around all the sentient beings here too. So you visualize the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas is supporting you, nourishing you, caring you, loving you, and you downloading that wisdoms, shamatas, or stillness of mind, downloading from the auto awakened one and expressing to your family, to your friends, to your colleagues, and apply that into your everyday life. So this visualization helps a lot. It's the beauty of Vajrayana, which in Zen we are not focused too much. Visualization of the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas around you, inside you, helps your final realization of Bodhisattva, because finally or ultimately you notice there's no difference between you and Master, between you and Buddha. In terms of Buddha nature, you are the same. Also in terms of luminous nature of mind, we are the same. Your master or our masters, our Buddhas, or the previous Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are no superior to us in terms of this Buddha nature. Yet we should respect, bow, prostrate to them. Okay, there's no complication, and you are no superior to unawakened one either. Do you follow? The Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, our masters, are no superior than us in terms of this Buddha nature, and at the same time, you, the body and mind, are no. You. Okay, person or Zen, Miss Zen, are no superior than everyone else who are not awakened yet. So the wisdom of equality is so important, right? The second wisdom, the luminous nature of mind. It's like you are a scientist. Okay, you're a scientist. You can study a project or atom or planet, remote planet or star so professionally. You have that luminous mind to shine on every object you are studying. You're using telescope or microscope to study with so many details. Yet you don't lose your inner peace and calm. That's the beauty, okay? That's why I said that the first one, the great mirror-like wisdom, is the foundation of all other wisdoms. You're always peaceful and calm, no matter what happened outside or inside. No matter you're the greatest scientist in the world or president of any country, you're always peaceful and calm. Or on the other side, you just maybe you're a laid off worker Okay, you have nothing to do. I had the patient days ago. He was laid off 3 years ago. He felt depressed because he lose his job. It's very sad. It's a very kind gentleman. I encouraged him to find the inner peace and calm first. Anyway, it's so hard. It's not hard. I know. So how about we are having our job? We have some certain value in our life and practice this shamatha and the vipassana. Good idea. Okay. Then the third one is alaya-vijñana, store consciousness. That's a beautiful concept again. So anyway, I used a metaphor of garden, right, or gardening. If you live in a house or townhouse in Canada, you have piece of, no matter it's big or small, land to grow things, right? Then you may grow roses, tulips, or beautiful flowers. Some once a while, there's weeds will growing there too if you're not taking care of your garden. So Vajrayana is like a huge, infinite big, and infinite small piece of land, land or mind. Okay, mind. Yes. Then everything grows there. You're so positive sometimes, and you're so negative sometimes. You're so happy sometimes, you're so sad sometimes. You're so peaceful sometimes, and you're so pissed off sometimes. So all the seeds of all the tendencies, habits, good or bad, all the dual seeds are in your mind right now. So which one is turned on depends on your choices. Also, sometimes depending on the external surroundings. So which one is on? Are you happy now, or are you pissed off or anxious now? It's not only the external stimulations, but also your choices too. Epigenetic, let's say. So which gene are turned on? Let's call it epigenetics, right? So the environment influence our behaviors too. So Buddha's teachings said, okay, you have this garden, you have this infinite big and infinite small mind with different seeds, habits, dual seeds, dual tendencies, but it's depending on you which one is on, which one is off, through cultivation, gradual cultivations, gradual enlightenment. That's why we need meditation. We need following master. We need reading sutra or spiritual book. It's a gradual steps of awakening to, like a gardener, cultivate a flower of rose. You clip the dead ones, right? You put the nutrition and water, or if it's a pot, you can put in the sunlight, or it's too much heat, you put it into the shade. So it's a care, it's a cultivation, right? In the same way, are you happy or not happy? Are you sad or you're not sad? We need cultivate it. That's this concept here, alaya-vijñana, the store consciousness, which stores every possibilities. And it's a concept in the Yogacara school. Then, for the fourth one, all bodhisattvas and sentient beings. All bodhisattvas and sentient beings. Okay, we're talking about Buddha nature. Let's go back to this. What's this mean? Okay, we're talking about the Tathāgatagarbha. Okay, 如来藏. So, Buddha nature contains or equal or synonymous with this term Tathāgatagarbha. So we're talking about the fourth attributes of this Tathāgatagarbha now. All Buddhas and sentient beings living in this Tathāgatagarbha means we all arise from this Tathāgatagarbha as different forms of name, a different form as different minds. We call bodhisattvas and sentient beings. I think that's the meaning here. Anyway, the fourth one is not so clearly explained. So I guess all the bodhisattvas and sentient beings are living in the same field of Buddha nature, yet because of their tendencies or their cultivations are different. That's why bodhisattvas and worldly person are behaving differently. Anyway, you see, everyone is different. Every mind is different, even though we have only one planet Earth, right? But we have 7 or 8 billion different minds because of this Tathāgatagarbha different. Yet Tathāgatagarbha, its essence is identical because it's pure. Yet the tendencies, I would say the genes are same, yet epigenetic are different. You see, the twin, which have 99.99 identical genes, they behave so different. Why? Because the epigenetics are different. Make sense? It's crazy. You see, from this, you can understand a lot of things. It's crazy. You guys are still there. I'm talking to myself. Okay, you see, I've just finished only one paragraph here. Western translations. Anyway, Tathāgatagarbha. I know that we said that Buddha has another name, is Tathāgata, right? So Tathāgatagarbha means Buddha arises from this Tathāgatagarbha too, because Buddha can purify all the tendencies and seeds or negative seeds in this Tathāgatagarbha, the storehouse. Purify all the negativity in this storehouse, like you're cleaning your room every day until it's so perfectly clean. Okay, a Buddha that can clean his mind 100%, make 100%, I mean, completely and perfectly cleaned this storehouse, then become a Buddha, become a Tathagata. A Tathagata arises from this Tathāgatagarbha. And you can too, my dear friend. Okay, are you still there? Let's pause here a little bit. It's so, how to say, it contains so many information. Let's digest a little bit. Oh man. Okay, I'm alone again. I'm not lonely, but I'm alone. Let's see if I can talk a little bit more. Buddha Dhatu, Forxing, Buddha nature, are closely related in meaning to the term Tathāgatagarbha, but is not an exact translation of this term. Refers to relating essential and human being. Buddha Dhatu, the nature of the Buddha, equivalent to the term Dhammakaya. Yes, Dhammakaya. 法身 and cause of the Buddha. The link between the cause and the result is the nature, dhatu, which is common to both, namely the Buddha dhatu. Cause and effect and cause. Comic. Okay, maybe we can stop here. I will continue on next time.